putting my thoughts away to detach from such like certain situations. Sometimes I get really confused. That is it really to repress my thoughts and emotions in certain like in my mind, or
no,
I just ignore it?
No. So we don't talk about detach. We talk about just do it.
Not to attach that, yeah.
So you take your energy and do. So what do? You know, the way Seung Sahn used to teach beginners, all of us, when you sit and breathe in, say to yourself, clear mind, clear mind, clear mind. When you breathe out, make your out breath longer, but quiet. Don't know. Clear mind, clear mind, clear mind. Don't know. Clear mind, clear mind, clear mind. Don't know. And after some time, he told me, do mantra. So you do something, and then you can see what makes it difficult to do. You can begin to see the thinking that appears. You don't repress the thinking. You don't try and detach. You redirect your energy to do something, and you will see for yourself what gets in the way. Okay? Like, for example, clear mind, clear mind, clear mind, don't know. This is boring. I made that. Okay? Clear mind, clear mind, clear mind. Oh no, maybe chanting Kwanzaa Boso is better. I made that. You can begin to see what you make. And sometimes it appears really strong, and you see it very clearly.
Because when I get attached to certain thoughts, that makes me very emotional. While I'm sitting here doing nothing, just in my mind, so many things are going on. But then I feel like it's really hard.
Of course.
But I want things easier, you know? Because
easier. So you make hard and easy.
At least, not easier, but yeah.
Hard is hard, easy is easy. The point is just do it. So first of all, a thought appears. Then an emotion appears. Your energy has come up. Return your energy to Tanjang. Our body's original energy center is about 2 centimeters below our navel. When we're inside mom, we even grow from there, okay? We even grow from there. So if you're in your center, it's naturally balanced and kind of comfortable. But don't check comfort. That's not the point. Become centered. The Chinese dantian, okay? Same point, dantian. Koreans say tanjang. So when you start having emotions and stuff, they're not bad or good, but they're a signal. You have an idea. My experience of emotion is an idea and a body. An emotion. So it's a signal of something. Somebody gets angry about this. Maybe I get angry about that. When anger appears, if you get familiar with it, you start being aware of what's going on. And then it doesn't have as much control over you. You can connect with the situation, and then some wisdom appears. For example, somebody has 3 kids. One kid they yell at, and the kid cleans their room. The other kid, you don't even need to say anything, the kid cleans their room. And the third kid, if you yell at it, it's worse. So if you only have one technique, one reaction to situations, you're not going to be very skillful in life. So you work with many people. If you become more clear about yourself, even your emotions will teach you what's going on between you and somebody else, and you can find a better way. I often talk about, before I became a monk, I took a temporary job in a hospital in the mailroom. And all the mail would come in, and I'd have to divide it among the departments. And in the afternoon, this Mexican lady would go and deliver it to the different departments. And her assistant wasn't there one day. So she asked me to come with her delivering it. She was so cool because she treated everybody differently. She goes into one office where the secretary there's also Mexican, probably her friend, and she puts her arm through my arm and says, "Look who's helping me today." You know, they're goofing around as friends, and she, young guy, they didn't know I'm going to become a monk, But in any case, then we go to another, and she behaves differently. Another, she behaves differently. We went into one office. This is always, I remember so clearly, it was just 40 years ago. And the doctor comes out. She just hands him the report, and we go out. That's all. And as we're walking down the hall, she says to me, "Don't say anything to that guy. He's always pissed off." So she really understood all the people that she would run into. Yeah, I don't know if she can do as well with her family, and her kids and her husband and stuff, but she was really good at work. So, and you can, as you get to know yourself, you begin to know what makes you upset and things, and then it won't control you. Don't repress yourself, but don't just blurt it out, because that also doesn't help, okay? Have something that you do, and those things will appear on their own, okay? If you're not trying to use mantra to block it out, just use mantra and breathing. But understand, when you have emotion, sometimes emotion is very beneficial. It's a sign about what's happening, okay? So you know after a while what makes you sad, what makes you angry, what gets you upset, and what makes you happy. And then you get a sign of, what am I holding in my mind? And as you get more skillful at returning to your center, let it go, you can begin to connect with the people you're with. Okay? It's a process. It's a practice. Santanim had to do that too. I saw him do it because he was willing to step outside his culture, which meant we didn't react to him the way younger Koreans would react. And he had to figure out how to adjust to it, and he was amazing. Yeah. Yes?
Did you meet the master in Providence, Rhode Island?
Yeah. Oh, no, I first met him in New Haven, Connecticut. I started looking for a teacher, and I went around, and I'd heard about this Providence Zen Center. I went over there. He wasn't there. I wasn't looking for him. I was just looking for a Zen center. I didn't know he was Korean. I didn't know who he was or anything. And then I heard he was going to run a retreat. Oh, no, there was a Zen center closer to where I lived, and I went to that Zen center one Sunday night, and the students gave a talk, and they said that Zen Master was coming in 2 weeks, and he'd lead a 3-day retreat. And then again, 4 weeks after that. So I went home, and I had never sat, and I had the schedule, and I started to sit for like 15 minutes a day, and I thought to myself, I'll wait 6 weeks, and if I do it every day for 6 weeks, then I'll join the retreat. And after a couple days, I thought, why wait 6 weeks? And I called up and I signed up for the retreat that was about 10 days later. And I remember one night thinking, well, they sit for 45 minutes, I better try it. And I sat in my room on the floor for 45 minutes. I was miserable. My body hurt, my mind hurt. But I remember when 45 minutes came, I thought, okay, I can do it. And I connected. For me, when I met him, I thought, this is the teacher I'm looking for. We really connected. And, I don't think I had any doubts. Oddly, since then, I kind of knew he was a human, so I didn't expect him to be perfect. And I realized at some point during the time, the first couple of years I knew him, that he didn't always know what was right for me to do, but the interaction I would learn from, that he was always able to meet me where I was, and I could learn from the interaction. And I remember him one time saying something to me, and I felt really bad. I don't know what it was, and he turned and walked away, and my first thought was, you, I'm not going to let you make me feel bad. And I was shocked at myself. I still loved him, totally respected him. He's my teacher, but I don't know what that last sentence was. And I remember very distinctly many interactions. I have no idea what it was about. But I thought to myself, well, maybe I'm growing up. I don't have to accept everything he says, but that already went away like a leaf blowing away in the wind. So now what? Yeah, I was fortunate. Sometimes you have to meet lots of teachers. Sometimes the universe is your teacher. You know, that rabbit, I love that rabbit. Another time it was a leaf. I was in Norway and we were having a workshop for 3 days. It was April, but I remember there was like a meter of snow. And suddenly I was so confused about what am I doing with my life? I'd been in the Zen Center, I think, already 9 years. I'd been a monk like 2 years. And I went out after lunch and I was squatting down, leaning against the tree, and I was just totally confused about the whole universe, my life, everything. And I was just staring at the ground again, and the wind blew, a leaf moved, and it all disappeared. The confusion. It's not like I knew anything. It's just the confusion disappeared. And I thought, okay, you know, soon we're supposed to start the afternoon session. So, Haksang, student, that's you. In Korea, they would say, student, just practice coming back to this moment. One very good, if you haven't done the technique already, is try to breathe, be aware of your breath. Imagine the air goes down to your dantian, you know. Let your belly come out when you breathe in, and when you breathe out, a little bit pull your belly in. And try to make the breath going out a little longer. And just relax, let everything go. Right now, the only thing the universe, you know, that you need to do in the universe is just sit here and breathe. And then whatever else appears is my karma. It's not bad or good. It's just nature. In fact, even if it's bad karma, if you digest it, it will give you wisdom and compassion. So let's do that. Just return to this moment, okay? And realize what we truly are is, you can hear that. There's no idea there. That's all. And do. Yeah, don't repress or, you know, ignore or anything. Have a practice that you do. And you can see what hinders that. It's just like at work. You know, you're supposed to be working, but then you start thinking, oh, I need a raise. How can I get more money? Or that guy over there is an asshole. Or, oh, you know, whatever. Or you want to get on the computer game or something. You can see what hinders you just doing what is right in front of you. That's why washing dishes is a great practice. All you got to do is do it. And I used to think to myself, if I'm in my own little apartment and I wash dishes, I'm helping one person. If you wash dishes here, you're helping 33 people. Good job. And then, you know, you're making moms happy because they don't have to wash the dishes, because when they go home, they got to wash the dishes again. So you're helping them, and then maybe even their family's going to be happier because they're a little happier. So you're helping everybody. So we call that correct situation, correct function, correct relationship. What's right in front of me? If you're chanting, well, you don't know the chants, but if you know, or you go and chant Kwanzaa Bosa, it's all you got to do. Kwanzaa Bosa, Kwanzaa Bosa. And there's a certain, sometimes totally being in the present moment, just doing what you're doing. Buddha said, one of the results, one of the fruits is joy. Happiness, if you just want to make a distinction, is dependent on conditions. But when we're just doing what we're supposed to be doing, some joy appears. That's independent of everything, and it's inside. And it's what everybody wants but they think they're going to get it by getting money or by getting some social position or by punching somebody or by falling in love. Food, sleep, sex, money, fame. We think we're going to get that sense of completeness and joy and comfort and truth and no separation from the universe by these things. And we're not. In fact, look what happened, So Yasenim, she came back from Russia and she said, for the first time in my life, it was really good to be a woman in Russia. They're not going to grab her for the army. These guys, if they go, they're going to Ukraine soon. He can do that because he's not leaving. Good job. Okay, everybody, the moment you're clear, even if the floor is yellow, you have saved the universe. So let's just do it. And, oh my God, soon it's dinner. Thank you.